This is a very spontaneous Friday office hours ish. So if anyone has any questions for the guy that runs Social Media Escape Club, that's me, Seth Werkheiser, you should drop them in the chat and I'd be happy to answer them for you as I'm finishing up some Friday work. Hello, Michael. Ken Seals, I see you. What's going on? What's going on? What is I did a oh, thank you. Thank you for that. Uh-oh, I gotta mute this. Ken, there will be a run later today. There's a popular hill here called Pulpit Peak or Pulpit whatever, and there's a runner, a local legend here, Jim Blandford, who runs it, hikes it like 2 or 3 times a day. He logs like 20,000 feet of elevation every week. Yeah. Not on the 18. Well, when you run up there, yes, yes. You did the AT, didn't you? Yes, Pulpit Rock, and Pinnacle is another part of it. Yes. So he runs up to the access road. Well, he runs up every. He logs like 1,000,000 miles every single day. So he'll do that. He'll go out to Pinnacle and back. He'll do a loop. He'll do it twice, and then like you'll see on Strava, he does it like 4 hours later. He's a maniac. And then like on a Saturday tomorrow, he'll like, oh, I just did a 20-mile loop or whatever. Jim Blandford, look him up on Strava. He's a madman. There was a Running World or one of the running online publications about him, because he did like 1,000,000 miles in 1 year at one point. Yeah, so twice. He's done it twice. So no, he is not on Substack. He's not a writer. When would he have time to write? He literally, I've gone up back in October or something like that. I couldn't sleep and I was up at like 5 in the morning. I was like, screw it, I'm gonna go for a run. And I went to the parking lot and he was there. He was there. So, oh no, is Alex doing something on Substack Live at 3 p.m.? I hope that's not the case. It's too late. I'm committed now. I'm sorry, Alex, if you have something going on right now. That's a bummer. I didn't mean to do that. I thought he had a thing at 4 p.m. I thought he had our pal Alex DeBranco. You can only run when someone's chasing you. Yes, Michael. I used to be the same. And then I just kind of started shuffling. Ah, he's talking. That's right. It's the big showdown. It's like the rematch, twice rematch. I'm sorry, Alex. If I fully understand if anyone wants to ditch this and go watch that train wreck. But if you want to hang out here, that's cool too. We're just talking about a little running right now. Oh, cool, cool. Hi, Richard. Michael. Yes, this is in PA too. The Appalachian Trail part that we're talking about. I'm in Kutztown, about an hour and a half north of Philadelphia. The AT is about a 30-minute drive north of me. Um, yeah, yeah. Oh, I didn't know Soden did a water cooler thing. That's neat. Yeah, that's kind of what this is. Little office hours. Just chatting it up. I really enjoy doing these and answering anyone's questions about this kind of stuff. Because I'm doing some freelance work right now too on the screen that doesn't really light up my soul. So I know I need to do more of this. So please distract me with any questions you might have. I also have the chat. Yes, it is a slow. Well, it shouldn't be a slow work day. The work should be done. But I'm really good at procrastinating this way too. So, um, but that's the stuff I want to do. This is the stuff I want to do. This stuff over here is stuff I don't want to do. I'd rather do more of this. So, well, hello, Cassidy. Dedicate your life. We're dedicating our life to music forever and always. Absolutely. Just a little hang sesh here on a Friday as I'm finishing up some freelance work. But if anyone has any questions about escaping social media, Seth, how do you survive without Instagram and Twitter and X and uh, LinkedIn and TikTok? I'll tell you. I look at Substack all day. um, oh, Kevin's in the house. That's great. Look at everybody here. This is fun. Kind of a scheduling error. I thought Alex DeBranco's thing was at 4. That's why I was like, oh, I'll go on at 3. That'll be cool. And so no harm if anyone wants to go and watch that legendary matchup, that legendary fight between him and Mike Soden. A lot of my work, for those just tuning in, I'm finishing up some freelance work here on a Friday, and I'd rather not be doing this freelance work. I like doing this more. So this is a great way for me to really finish up my freelance work. Again, if anyone has any questions for me to pontificate on, to guide you on your newsletter slash website slash get the heck off the internet journey, please drop that in the comments. I would love to answer that. I'm so distracted. I am not getting anything done. Richard says I have LinkedIn, but it has become such a hustle bro scene. Yes, I don't think it builds the same type of community. Yeah, totally. Richard, the thing too with LinkedIn is that I mean, LinkedIn has that email newsletter functionality, except they don't give you the emails. So you can build an email newsletter over there, but never get the emails. Whereas Substack here you can, which is great. Um, yeah, different priorities, different audience over there on LinkedIn. That's for sure. That was like the scariest and the last one I really deleted of the all the accounts because it was just kind of that all the other stuff seemed more creative, and whereas LinkedIn was that professional thing. I've been on there a long time, and it was just kind of like, well, what if this doesn't really work out? I'm gonna have to get back on LinkedIn and find work. Thankfully, that hasn't happened. We're keeping this train rolling. We're keeping this train rolling. Michael is expecting Florida work, full-time Florida work in June that I need to renegotiate. Freelance work. It's the coffee, the iced coffee. That made me catch that. Freelance work in June that I need to renegotiate. I hope your negotiations go well. I hope not. I hope you don't need to do anything drastic. I hope you don't need to hold out. Mary, I'm actually really glad I never gave much time to LinkedIn. Yeah, it's a train wreck. I've gotten like 2 or 3 jobs from that ever. They were always not great. And then I've gotten a lot of let's hop on a call calls from LinkedIn, and those were always a train wreck. Michael, so what's a host for website? Oh, I'm gonna tell you this one. I heart blank. So for website for I have a WordPress guy, highly recommended. His name's Tom Duhamel, and he runs this I heart blank. And he's totally my WordPress guy. And I've had several friends go to him to set up WordPress sites. He is phenomenal, affordable, heck of a guy, great customer service, highly recommended. So um, that's who I go. I go with WordPress partially because I have. Well, I mean, I don't really know WordPress that well these days. Tom gets me going, and then I just go. For me, I usually think about a lot of these things because, like with Squarespace and stuff like that, they're not very bloggy, not very bloggy, and I want the blog. Squarespace to me is like big photos and small text, whereas WordPress WordPress can be big photos, of course, but I like that WordPress is just more words. So yeah. And I used WordPress way back in the like in 2004, 5, 6 or something like that on my old music blog, buzzgrinder.com. If anyone ever remembers that, that'd be wild if anyone did. Kevin Alexander, suggestions on where to find freelance work, if not on LinkedIn. People, people right here. All these people in the thing, you could, easier said than done, I know, but just talking to people about what you do, what you are capable of doing, the work you've done, always talking about the stuff, the solutions you provide and the work that you do, and just keep talking to people. Well, so much of this is who you know. It's the way it works. Michael, thanks. They're gonna want to do normal. I want to upgrade. Do you mean WordPress, Michael? Tommy does some pretty wild stuff. Monica, yes, I'm hoping to learn how to build community on Substack because I don't really care for other social sites. The community stuff is wild. I'll tell you the one of the biggest ways I became part of the Substack community. I mean, partially it was because I helped people try to understand Substack was Substack used to do office hours, which was an old thread thing that they did on Thursdays. And people would have and it was like done by the 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 help desk, help team, customer support team. And so they would people would just post questions and I would answer some of them because I knew some of the Substack stuff and how to go about that. I made a lot of connections that way. Met a lot of people that way, a lot of subscribers that way, if that's your thing. But and I think just being involved in that and just seeing big thing I think too is be the person that people love to see in the comments. So if you're now be legit about it, don't be a growth hacker about it. Don't be weird. But if you're reading posts, whether it's Substack notes or the newsletters, leave and if you leave insightful comments and good and add something to the conversation, like that's valuable and that's cool and like people will pick up on that. Be the person that people love to see in the comments. Like, oh, I'm so glad so and so dropped in on this post and I can't wait to read what they chime in about here because it's invaluable or it's insightful. This, that, and the other. That's community right there. Kristen, yes, Tommy is a total Jersey guy. He is New Jersey through and through. He he bought like a beater truck, pickup truck, just to have to get around town and stuff like that. With just like he drives like a really nice like his normal car is just like a nice little Volkswagen GTI or something like that, and he just bought this shitty pickup truck for his like Home Depot runs. He is as Jersey as they come. He is such a good dude. Such a good dude. 2001. You started in 2001 at WordPress. Let my freelance quiet client. Michael, I agree. We can bring it back, right? Bring it back. We're gonna bring that beat back. If anyone knows that line, drop that in the comments. I'm gonna bring that beat back. Kristen, legit best advice I've heard in a long time. Probably not from me. Someone else probably said. No, I'm uh, Richard. Hi, Raj. Richard, is your website your homepage when you open your browser? No, no. When I open my browser, it's just junk that Chrome has. But yes, that's a good idea. It reminds to that I need to post something. What normally gets me to post something on my website is being on other websites, is being on Substack Notes or is being on someone else's blog, and that reminds me, like, oh yeah, I should probably update my website. Michael, yes, supposed to be doing financials right now. Financials, what a boo, boo. Let's let that money go in the bank account. And can't that just be enough? There you go, Kristen. Yeah, totally game to answer Substack questions too. DMs are always open for that. That's the biggest thing. Like, just help people. Like with when Substack was doing those office hours, that's all it was. Like, just be helpful, just be cool. Yes, growing my subscriber numbers was cool, I guess, but like, if at the end of the day though, like if writing wise, like if the stuff's not there anyway, like what do the subscribers count for? Like just be cool, just be helpful. There's a bunch of people I follow on Substack that I don't read their newsletters because it's just totally not what I'm into. And that's okay. It's all right to be part of that. Like follow people or just, or a handful I'm subscribed to. I'm subscribed to a lot, over 400, I think, but can't read them all. So love to hear percussion. Bring that beat back. Mm-mm. That's not the correct answer, but if anyone knows that one, that's from 1997 or so. That's from Kevin's got to know that one. I'm going to bring that beat back. Yes, Kevin wins. Kevin, great job. That is absolutely Limp Bizkit from their 1997 debut. $3 bill, y'all. I knew someone was going to get that. Yeah. When they tell me to turn down the vocals, I'm gonna bring that beat back. When they tell me to turn down the bass, I'm gonna bring that beat back. Something like that. That album did not age well. Limp Bizkit perhaps did not age well. Although I do love the song Dad Vibes. Oh, what a good tune. Love it. Dad Vibes. Let me find that. I'll drop that. If anyone's not, that's the official video. Wow. Dad Vibes unofficially official video. I mean, it's bad. It's bad. Check out your dad when I walk through the door. Mom gonna I wanna on the floor. Yeah. Seen a girl in the mist. Walk a line so fine with a blindfold. Keep in mind though. Hot dad riding in on a rhino. Got the rule with the rap with the dad vibes. Now everybody bounce with the franchise. I can get with that. Can't live with them. Can't live without them. New kid back with the yeah, I forget. Okay. Jade, yes, excellent question. Actual real question. No one came here to hear me do Limp Bizkit karaoke. Seth, continue our convo from yesterday to pick your brain. What's your suggestion for an affordable website to be the first stop for our Substack posts? Sorry, I'm distracted by the comments. I want to answer everything all at once. Um, affordable, affordable. Gee, maybe I don't know, but like, because I'm so in with the blog thing. So, and ownership of a blog thing. So like, and I self-hosted like on a web host kind of thing. Um, so I'm always thinking WordPress, which has its own problems, of course. Um, as affordable. Is Ghost is affordable, I think, for like X amount of like subscribers. I think they do a self-hosted one that's pretty cheap. Yeah, Michael, you're right. Own your own blog. Like there's a bunch, like I mean there's this one, there's something like this, which I love. It's um hold on, let me get the URL. I love Pika. and I love, or I've used microblog in the past. Microblog. Um, but they're not things you own. They're not things you install and own on a web server. Like they're still like hosted by someone else. Not that I think they're going to go away tomorrow or anything like that, but I just like the idea of, I mean, with my buddy Tom, who I host my website through setw.xyz and social media escape.club. If they go down, I like, this is my wallet. I call Tom. Tom, my website's down. What the heck? If I accidentally erase something on my WordPress site, Tom can help me out. Substack. So, I mean, yeah, I really like WordPress because I know that so much. I know that so well. Am I a whiz at it? Not at all. But again, that's why I have Tom. Tom does great work. Tom Tom just I recommended someone to him this week. They signed up for an account and they're getting stuff going. A couple of friends have done that, and it's not super expensive. It's not, and to just get started with whatever template and go, like I turn all the comments off and away we go and just write. That's kind of how I like rolling. But I know some people will back up their writing, their blog posts and stuff like that, like just in Google Docs or Word documents and just back them up. You can do that too. Yeah, landing page with an image gallery for artists. Oh, if you're looking to do that, like I would card. I think you mentioned that you used them in the past. Card.co. Yeah, Jade. I think you mentioned them that you used to use them. And they're super cheap for like several websites, so that could be enough. Again, I mean, is it so bad that like I don't get to host Card on my own web server? Not really. Like I have a website on Card. It's this site. Whatever. Does the job. Yes, I used to do heavy metal trivia on Twitter from 2011 to 2018. What about what about SiteGround? Never heard of that. Yeah. And I used my own domain at Substack, so I can keep all the links moving forward. Oh, Chris, that's really, yeah, that's a good one too. Because yeah, if you don't, then all those links get broken down the road. SiteGround, I've never heard of that. I'm gonna look that up. Oh, this is so much better than working. Everybody, thank you for being a good distraction. I have never seen SiteGround before. They do WordPress hosting. Okay, but my buddy Tom does too. So. Um, I'm sure SiteGround is great. That's my buddy Tom's uh, site. He does web WordPress hosting. I mean, yeah, from 299 a month. Oof. Okay. I don't think Tom can compete on that, but I know I can. I know me and and they say they have 24/7 expert support. Okay, but yeah, I just know I can email Tom and he'll get back to me like shortly, soon. Yeah, I don't know. SiteGround. I bet with something like SiteGround, yes, you could probably get a plan, a WordPress hosting plan. Yeah, startup for personal projects, one website, 3 bucks a month. Grow big, 4.99 a month. Wow, you get all that stuff. Okay, great. Yeah, yeah, and I'm sure they install it for you and everything. Yeah, full featured website web WordPress hosting store. Yeah, you probably can't go wrong with that. And they have a 30-day free trial. Try them out. That's a thing I always tell people when they're looking at like web hosting or if they're looking at like what email program to use, like MailChimp or whatever. Sign up for them. Just sign up for a bunch of them and test them out. And whatever vibes you get from them, whichever one feels good. Because if you log into any of them and they don't feel good, chances are you're not going to use them. Squarespace just doesn't make me feel good. I don't like it. So, um, everybody, this is Blue. He's hungry. It's near dinner time. So, um, there you go. There's a resounding endorsement, a ringing endorsement from Kristen about SiteGround. It's completely competent. Yeah, you can't go wrong with that. They don't have a blog. Yeah, because I think tech. Jade, that sounds about right. I'm sure people have made blog stuff with card. Yeah. Hello, Annabelle. We're just talking about ditching social media. We're not even, well, we are kind of talking about ditching social media, and that we're talking about websites and like making places on the internet where people can find us after the social media apocalypse. We all need a Tom. It's true. It's true. He can be your Tom too. I'll share Tom. He- he's got a business run. He'll take your money and treat you great. Like he's a great dude. So, um, yeah, Richard, you're right. Yeah, I mean, not you'd be able to email Tom, like totally. And so, yeah, he would take care of you, and that'd be great. So, yeah, Squarespace is fancy, but a pain to edit quickly. That's for sure. Yeah, the blog is just. I had to upgrade. I had to update like a, a weekly blog for a client in Squarespace years ago. I hated it. Hated it so much. Michael, yeah, my Tom is available. He he's got a big heart and a, a, a you know a, he's a big heart and a bank account that will take your money. Like, and provides a great service. So just, but you have a site, you're doing what you're doing. I get it. Yeah, no Squarespace. Blech. A new to him truck that was like from 10 minutes ago. Just need to relove it, Michael. It's hard. It's I'm now using Aveda or something like that, which is like a site builder thing in WordPress. I can't make heads or tails of it. There's a million and like options for everything. Tom set it up for me, got me going a little bit. I still can't really make it work the way I want it to, but um, yeah, I'll put that in there too. Aveda, Aveda, live in WordPress, Aveda Loca. Is that it? No. What is this? Oh, it's like a beauty product. We don't want that. No, we want Aveda. That's what this is. It was. That's a horrible link, but there you go. There you go, Monica. Oh, is it Mike? Wow, they're in Minnesota. Cool. Great question from Monica. I got a question for anyone here. What is one of the first blogs that you came across? Great question. Dig into that, everybody. I should make it look like I'm working. I don't need to look like I'm working. I don't have clients like that. But what is a site that you? What is the first blog that you came across? I wonder if mine was like maybe Kopke, Jason Kopke. That's one I still read. I know started reading Daring Fireball back in 2003 or so. Chat rooms. Oh my goodness. Were you on IRC, Internet Relay Chat? Song of the South. What is that? Yeah, I am not getting any work done here, friends. And that's fine. That's fine. I used MIRC. Wow, it's still a thing. MIRC is a popular internet relay chat client. And so used the IRC, yeah. Uh IRC, I think, was plain text or whatever, but MIRC made it graphics or colors or something. I don't know. But yeah, using, oh my God, I just remember talking to so many people on chat on internet IRC, basically on the channel PA Straight Edge. Straight edge hardcore was a big thing for me growing up. I wasn't straight edge, but I also didn't drink or smoke or anything. But I just wasn't in the whole. I didn't X up at shows or whatever. Um, but so yeah, we agreed. Channel PA Straight Edge was where a bunch of us hung out. And I just remember back in the day, like that was literally 95, 96, 97, 97 for sure. The Limp Bizkit, $3 bill, y'all. I just remember like chatting with people and like making plans to meet up at shows. Like, hey, I'll meet you at Wegmans tomorrow at 5. And then you just like logged off and did your thing and drove there and met a person at 5 p.m. No cell phones, no nothing. No, it was no GPS. It was wild. Wild times. ESPN.go.com. Oh my goodness. Yes. Earthlink. What did I think of the other day? Lycos? 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 Netscape Navigator? Earthlink. Monica, wow. Blog written by a homeless man who would use the library. I wonder whatever came from the live chat totally reminded me of that. That's great. Human interaction like this leads to reminding all this good fun stuff from years ago. So ask Jeeves. Wow. What about Winamp? Who used Winamp back in the day? Winamp music player. It's still around. I found and downloaded like a copy or a version of it. And then I realized how horrible it was to like, because you could, it's how we did it, but we used to play music from our folders of music of our MP3 files. And it was just really clunky. I should have stuck with it. Sound of dial up. Yes. Kevin, I think one of the things that kept me from really enjoying like those early straight edge bands was they sounded horrible. I couldn't stand the production of them. I came from like the kind of MTV metal world, like Anthraxes and the Metallicas and stuff like that. I loved the way that sounded. But then I, discovered like hardcore and hold on, discovered like that hardcore stuff from like 85, 86. And I was just like, this sounds awful. I just couldn't get past that. Winamp. It really kicks the llama's ass. I can't believe that was the internet back then. That's how companies talked. It wasn't all about, getting big and getting bought and stuff like that. Even though Winamp did get bought by AOL many years later and they ran it into the ground. Monica, totally. The sound of dial up was. I got a phone. Some of you might have seen the rotary phone in the background of some of my videos. Um, but I took it apart to clean it, and it has two big bells in it. And I was cleaning it with a metal something or other, a tiny screwdriver, and I just like flicked between the two bells, and it sounded like the phone. Like, I mean, obviously it sounded like the phone, but that's how it worked. Like these two giant, like not giant, it's two big freaking bells in the back of this phone, like, and how it was put together, and it was wild. It was wild. Love that old stuff. Talking to someone recently, I think it was on our call yesterday, our escape pod call, about and the old VHSC camcorder stuff and how a little bit resurgent. I saw someone on Substack recently who made a video with that. Of course, I can't. I'm not going to be able to find it, but um, for anyone joining just now, this is it's Seth from Social Media Escape Club. We're just shooting the breeze here. But if anyone has any questions about, well, the internet, but also Substack stuff, newsletter stuff, making a website, leaving social media, um, ask away. And also, Kristen is here. Kristen volunteered as well to answer questions from anyone. Monica also asked, what were some of the first blogs you read or found? What was the first blog you found like back in the day? So that's a fun question going around. If anyone wants to put that in the chat, if anyone's got any questions, put them in the chat. I'm just killing time on a Friday afternoon trying to finish up some freelance work that I don't want to do. Um, do do do. And he designed a hypertext hotel. What the heck? Hypertext hotel. Oh, I'm trying to think of this one cool. Isn't that how it goes? Like when you're in the midst of something. Oh, there it is. Naive Weekly. If you don't, if you're into like some of the old, like old school tech stuff and this and that, this is a good newsletter for that. Naive Weekly, written by Christopher. I had to look that up, but yeah, but it's really good stuff. Has a lot of like lo-fi link stuff, lo-fi websites and stuff. Usually in each one, great photography as well. Really nice. It's a calm newsletter. Has anyone recorded voiceover audio for their newsletters? I used to. No, I rarely ever did. Here and there I would do it, but I never saw anything from it, I guess. Hypertext Hotel. What the heck? Whoa! I love this. This is I'm gonna rip all of this off for my website for Social Media Escape Club. Oh, Michael, I hope you saw my face when I looked at this site. This is amazing. This is a website. I love it. Thank you for this. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bookmark this. No, I'm not. I wonder if they have an RSS feed. I'm going to add it to my RSS feed reader. Maybe. New feed. Oh, yes. Last updated June 15th, 2023. Okay. That's okay. That's a beautiful website. That's how I want my website to look like. Wow, I love that. That's the fun thing. Yeah, Richard, yes, I'm considering it lately. I'm listening to more Substacks before I go to work. That's why I started doing like kind of that voice notes podcast thing on Social Media Escape Club, which is now for free for everybody. Everyone can listen to that. I'm changing my paid offerings. Put the link here if anyone. But that's just all a bunch of me chatting about little things to myself. 3, 4, 5 minute little interludes. Um, Hoping to do something with them down the road with a Zoom call of some sorts. Like discuss, like if I have a theme or something that I can do each month, I think it'd be fun. Um, I just feel like if I was reading the newsletters out loud, I'd just be doing it for myself, and I don't. Yeah, reading is reading, right? Podcast is podcast. Yeah, that's why like sometimes it's if there's a video interview and then they're like, oh, here's the transcript. Like I don't know, like a lot of times I'll just watch the video. Just put that like set that up in the kitchen while I'm making dinner or something like that, and just have that play in the background because then it's passive. Reading is very non-passive, whatever the word for that is. Monica, yes, the site looks so freaking cool. See, a handful of the freelance work stuff that I do is waiting for approvals on stuff. And right now it's 3:39 on the East Coast. Clock is ticking, people. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, just some mustard has arrived. Hello, mustard. Hello. Okay, so I'm actually gonna do some of this work now. Boop doop. Let's give it up for Airtable. Any Airtable fans in the house? Airtable. I used it because I have clients that have a bunch of Google Sheets, and they use those Google Sheets for reporting and stuff like that. And when I say they have a bunch, they have 691. So to keep track of all them, I literally built an Airtable table to manage all of them by date and by this and by that. It makes it a lot more manageable, and so I don't want to tear my hair out. I don't have much there, anyways. Now, I don't want to tear any more of it out. I didn't tear any of it out. So yeah, Michael, you do the same. Have a great weekend. Stay off the internets. Be around good people. Go for a walk. Oh my goodness, what am I doing? Do, do, do. Again, anyone's got a question about leaving social media? That's like the big draw of Social Media Escape Club. Shoot, but also chill just to uh, wax nostalgic about all our old internet stuff. Um, Stuff was so fun. Remember that we had computer rooms and the dial up, the classic, someone would pick up the phone and they would hear the internet kind of a thing. Classic old school internet. Classic. Do do do. Oh my goodness, what am I doing? Do. So many spreadsheets. So nice. Kristen, no. Am I cheating on Social Media Escape Club if I use Instagram when I'm trying to sell something for a big launch? No. I I get lost big time on YouTube Shorts. They just suck me in. They're so optimized for everything I want to see. Like basketball highlights and stuff. So whatever, we do what we can. I mean, I'm just glad that I don't have all the other social media platforms now, because instead of burning through sometimes an hour or two a day with shorts here and there, not every day, but every some days when I'm really tired and just out of it, I'll just get lost on YouTube shorts. Um, yeah, I'm glad I don't have all those other social media platforms, because then it would be 5 hours probably, because I'd be bouncing back and forth through all of them. And it's bad enough now that I do that with YouTube Shorts and the Substack app. So, and totally, yeah, I don't want to be black and white with this. Like, you do what you have to do to do your thing. Like, and if Instagram is helping you do that, and you're able to stay sane from it and not get sucked in and lose 6 hours out of your day, yeah, use it. I can't do that. Max, what's up? Hello, Max. We're just super chill here. We're hanging out on a Friday. I'm finishing up some freelance work and figure I wanted to hop in here and do something like this to wind down my work week. I said I was going to do my freelance work, but I really haven't been. I've been lovingly distracted by everyone here, which has been super great. Uh, everybody, I did an interview with Alex just a bit ago. I mean, Max. Jeez, I'm so sorry. With Max Pete here, there's too many things going on. There's that link. There's a little interview that we did. Max is a big community guy. Community guy. And so there's fun snippet in there too near the end of like what anyone can use in their own community and how they can work and do that with their projects. So good to check that out. Jade, yes, gave up on socials. Ooh, Mary, first time to make it to a live. I have almost 4,000 on Facebook, less than 2,000 on Insta and Substack. I much prefer Substack, but I'm anxious about losing those followers on Facebook. Ooh, great question. Thoughts? 4,000 on Facebook, which probably means when you post something, maybe 100 or two or 300 see anything that you post. My biggest thing would be this thing I kind of came up with years ago. The vault is still open. You can still reach and communicate with those people on Facebook, kind of here and there. I would make a concerted effort to try to find those best, biggest fans on Facebook of yours and get them to come over and sign up for your Substack. Uh, sorry, to sign up for your newsletter. Because that email address, that subscription is something you could take with you anywhere from Substack to MailChimp to wherever you go. That's how you hold on and keep those 4,000. Because not all those 4,000 are probably, super engaged, right? Great question, Kristen. Kristen, I've posted something the other day and got about 125 comments. Yeah. So what I like to do with that, and this is just very quick calculator stuff, is you take 125, right? 125 comments and divide it by 4,000. And the number you get, one, two, is 3.1%. So 3.1% of your audience actually liked something. 3%. So out of that 125 comments, then maybe 200, 300 saw it. So and so even fewer than from that going down to someone clicking it is harder. To someone doing like subscribing, that's super hard. So 3.1%, that's tough. I've had so many core people, yes, move from platform to platform because I could always email them. He's pushing back on the idea that writers should own their email lists. Let Medium do it. Yeah, because it probably benefits him for people to not own their email lists. Medium, get out of here. Yeah, exactly, Chris. It sounds something like a CEO would say. Oh my goodness. So yeah, to Kristen's point of like having those core people, find those core people on Facebook. Try to whittle down, like, I don't know if you could do something with whatever you're relating it to. Like if you could make something, I don't know what your newsletter's about or whatever, but like if you could make something that's like super specific to like what your newsletter's about and write something that's just on Facebook, no link or anything, because of course that'll be penalized, but just the core of what you're writing about. And because then maybe 10, 12, 20 people leave a comment, maybe. And then over a course of a couple days, DM those people casually, easy, because Facebook might suspend you if you get wacky with this. DM them link to subscribe to your newsletter. Hey, I write this stuff over here. Is that fast? Is that efficient? Is that no, not at all. But that's what I mean by the vault is still open. You can go in there and casually take a dollar or two. You can't walk out with a full cart. It's very hard. It's very hard on social media to get anybody to like buy a thing that's really attractive and cool and like what everybody wants. And that's to buy a cool thing. So if what you're offering is like, oh, but yeah, but I'm writing this, like it better be like people want to be on social media because they're to be on social media. Some people just like being on there all day, all night, scrolling. Asking people to then be like, no, 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 here's a newsletter for you to read. Some people just aren't into that. Not everybody's. I had 2,300 followers on Twitter, and I think over the course of the few years that I was trying to get them to come to Social Media Escape Club, I got like 20. Very hard. Yes, other people like there's other big folks on Instagram that like, oh, I brought over 2,000 people, and sure, yeah, yeah, because if you have those dedicated fans that are like, I love what you're doing. My followers on Twitter, 2,300 followers, didn't love the idea of like ditching social media, so of course they didn't come over to read a newsletter about ditching social media. That's fine. It's fine. Monica, I posted a sort of complaint with purpose in a Facebook group. Got a lot of responses, but when I posted genuinely asking for help with something, it was crickets. Yep. Kevin, they used to let writers access the lists. Now they are masking the addresses. Yes, because the addresses are valuable. So why Spotify won't give you those addresses if you're a musician. So why Ticketmaster doesn't share those addresses with you as a musician or a band, so you could find where your fans are. None of those come Amazon. It's against. I think you could see email addresses, but you're not allowed to use them for sales and stuff like that. All those people that are selling books and whatever, like I don't know, Kindle books on Amazon, you can't use those email addresses. Bandcamp, you can. You're allowed to export email addresses, build an email list with that. Mary, I hear you. DM me. I've so avoided that, but don't think of it so much as like a like you're bothering or like sliding into someone's DMs or being. Thank you, Blue. Um, you're just like, hey, one thing you could try too. I don't know how granular you might be with a handful of your because you have 4,000 followers on Facebook, but like if you know a handful of them or maybe you met them at a thing or from an event or from a if you write specifically about that small group or that event or that thing that you all used to do, if you write a newsletter about that and then invite them, hey, remember when we did this? Hey, remember when we met at that conference? Write stuff around. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be your editorial director here, but like writing things with a person in mind, especially if you're trying to attract them from other platforms and stuff, it's very difficult. But like, it just makes it easier for them to want to come over and read it. And then Substack's very optimized for people to then subscribe. So Yeah, they just want to know what I'm doing and what I'm working on, but don't want to read long form. You know what, Mary? Later. Bye. I mean, it stinks, but so I've got this video open on both my phone and my computer because the phone audio is better. And this way I can type and grab the links. Yes, Krista, I totally did too. My computer's right here. I have the chat up here, easier to put links in and stuff. Absolutely, yes. But now I'm writing a memoir and healing. Oh, yes. Cool, Mary. Does anyone know when you are responding on Substack Lives? Monica, does anyone know when you are responding on Substack Lives? I'm not following you on that. Can I change? No, you can't change the font color. There's nothing to change on here. Um, yeah, the vault is still open. You know, it's something because I feel this way too, though, about Mary. You're talking about that you used to be an actor and a teacher, but now I'm writing a memoir and healing. I get it. You know, I got off Twitter, I got off Instagram, I got off Facebook, I got off all those places. And that time that I wasted, okay, that time that I spent on those sites was freed up. So I did other things. And I really feel like over the years, could I have attracted a bigger audience if I was still actively like trying to get them, trying to get them, trying to get them? Something went viral here. Something went, maybe I started a TikTok. Maybe I did this. Could I have built a bigger audience? Yes. But I feel like the time that I haven't been on social media and haven't built that big of an audience, I think I've grown this much, which I think serves my audience, this new readership I have, even more. Yeah, bigger isn't always better. Right. Like, yeah, like I literally could be on this live right now and being on Twitter and Insta, like I could be doing, like I think about that even with the Zoom calls I do that I hang out on, or whatever, or the Substack lives that I'm doing right now. Oh, let me tell everybody on Twitter that we're doing this. That takes away from how engaged I am with who I'm talking to. Just recently, Max Pete. Like I wasn't. No one would DM me or whatever. Like I was. We're talking. That's it. And so again, yes, could the audience, could I have grown my audience more? Yes, but I feel I've grown more. Like I feel like the direction and everything I've gone in, like you, Mary, you said you were a teacher and actor. You're not going in that direction anymore. You're going in this other direction. So whoever's on board now, that's it. Like I built, when I started this newsletter, I brought over 19 subscribers from other newsletters. 19. I really wish I could have got all those Twitter followers over 2,000. That didn't happen. Instagram. I found a new audience here. Um, and I found a new audience by talking to great people on Substack who told their audience. And then that brought in some more folks and stuff. Yes, Substack played a part in all that. It's a tool, totally. But I don't know. I think if I tried to do this, well, I don't think I could have done it because it's called Social Media Escape Club. How could I still be on all those platforms? So it became like I had to become someone that was not on social media to be able to do the thing I'm trying to do. And so Mary, like again, to not be a teacher and actor anymore and writing a memoir and healing, write the memoir and heal and be the best memoir writer and healing person you can be. And along the way, those right people end up on your email list. Oh, Max, yeah, I took the number stuff. I watched other people's lives that's like 75, 100, this and that. Yeah, okay. There's 30, 40 here now. All right, cool. Oh no, if the number goes down, did I say anything wrong? I don't care. Like who's here is who's here, and that's fine. Monica, yeah, it's the nature of relationships. You break up, move on to better. Yeah. It's absolutely a mindset shift. Yeah. It's we are so ingrained to, and I even feel this with my output as of writing a newsletter. I haven't really put out a newsletter this. I live on Main Street and there's a lot of loud motorcycles that go by. Um, Mindset stuff. I haven't written a newsletter for a free newsletter this week. It just didn't happen. And that mindset of like social media is like, well, now you're penalized. People are going to forget about you. You have to continually publish, or everyone, you have to publish the same time, the same week, all the time. Like you gotta, but you don't. Talking about this with Alex yesterday, Alex DeBranco in the Batcave, highly recommended. We he said this lovingly, and I'll say it lovingly too. Nobody cares. Like nobody. Seth Godin says this a lot. Like, if you stop showing up, would anybody notice? Would anyone? And so, I have 6,300 subscribers, and I didn't write a newsletter this week. 100 people didn't email me wondering where the next newsletter was. It's okay. Like it'll come next week, or maybe it'll come tonight. Who knows? But no, the that advice or that hard fast rule that you have to publish the same time every week at the same time, you don't have to. If you want to, go for it, but don't be. Mindset stuff is the email goes out when it goes out. None of us, hardly any of us probably here, this isn't our full-time job. This is a recreational pursuit, or I'd like it to be my full-time job, but it's not. And so like freelance work comes first. Or right now, 18th on the list. I haven't done a whole bunch of stuff here. It'll get done. Got to feed the cat soon. Mindset shift. Like the newsletter go out when it goes out. And I like really my energy and time. Like I love doing stuff like this. I'm hosting 2 Zoom calls a week now with my Social Media Escape Club paid subscribers. Um, I do a free co-working thing to work on websites on Tuesdays. Like I love doing that stuff. I build in time to join other people's Zoom calls throughout the week. So I just love the energy of a good positive Zoom room and stuff like that. So Max, that's so good. Some motto I love to follow. What is meant for you will find you. Yep. Jeffrey, yes. Rubbish at publishing consistently. It took me a long time to not feel no guilt, no guilt, no apologies either. I've written about that in the past. Don't apologize. That when you do get that newsletter out, you don't need to say, hey, everybody, I'm sorry I haven't been here. I see that all the time on Substack notes. Sorry I haven't posted here in a while. No one noticed. Probably no one noticed. We also grow and change. Yeah, I once subscribed to the same newsletters I might have 4 years ago. Yeah. Can we get a Seth and Seth Substack live? Seth Godin, get out of here. I'd crap my pants. Love that dude. Um, I've re- I haven't really stopped to consider there are over 600 people who've subscribed. Yes, 600. Mary, that's a big thing too. And I've thought about this a lot with Substack notes, is because we're very much like, oh, we got to do this, we got to do that, because there's more. There's more out there. There's always more out there. The energy that we spend to get more these strangers onto our email list from Facebook. Imagine that. Imagine trying to DM all those people all the time to get them on your email list when 600 people there are waiting already. 600 people raised their hand and said, yes, I'm along for the ride. And instead of writing those 5 whatever throwaway posts on Substack notes for maybe 40 people to see, what if you save them for your 600 subscribers? That's why I write a lot less on Substack notes these days. Jeffrey, another great point. Yeah. Used to feel obligated to read newsletters and keep up with it. There's so much stuff out there. There's so much amazing work out there. So get to it when you get to it. Give yourself grace to be a human being. Yes. Yeah, Mary. I mean it. 600 people. That's gold. That's gold right there. Because think about it too. We can do all the work that we can do to try to attract more people all the time. Hey, everybody, look at this thing I'm doing, or I'm doing this, or I'm doing that. I just wrote this. If you check it out, what if 10% of that 600 people did that for you because of the time and energy you're saving from all that work? Instead, you're putting it into your writing and watering the garden right there in front of you. What if 10% of those 600 people now became like, you got to read this newsletter. Mary's doing amazing stuff. She's made me feel this. She's made me feel that. I think she wrote this thing. You should read this. Maybe that time and energy spent trying to get everybody else, instead spend that on you. Write a better newsletter, and then maybe some of those 600 people start doing that work for you. Not for nothing. Like, I mean, I've been writing online for over 20 years and writing a lot about this kind of stuff, social media stuff and email marketing stuff and website stuff. I've been involved in the music industry, see a lot of bands come and go, doing what they do, social media, saw MySpace come and go. I worked at AOL Music back in the day, which was the number one music site on the entire internet back in 2008. It's gone now. Um, but I got rid of all my social media and just like devoted and started working more on this thing called Social Media Escape Club. And it's resonated, and people have done the marketing for me because I don't spend all that time trying to find more readers. I mean, it's part that it's so much. There's so much to it. We're humans. There's no ABC to this. There's no map, as Seth Godin would say. If there's a map, it would be easy and everybody could do it. And there's not. So, and Max is right there too. Connect with other writers, recommend each other here and there. It helps. Yes. Different writers doing different things. They don't have to all be in your market. Like find people in your own creative orbit that are experiencing the same thing you are, trying to do this, trying to like do a newsletter, trying to like, how do I impact and write better? And this, find people in that, like, and you'll find more answers than what I could probably answer. You know what I mean? Like, find people that you can connect with in your little creative orbit that are, and think of it like there's the it's dumb, but like Mr. Beast back in the day, there's interviews where he talks about like when he first started, he would get on a Skype call with his nerd friends and talk for like 15 hours a day, trying to like figure out YouTube and like test this and test that. I did this and this happened and that. Now, I'm not saying we need to be on Substack Live for 10 hours at a time or Zoom rooms, but imagine if you met once a week with other writers, other people, other artists. We'll plug Social Media Escape Club does that twice a week for paid subscribers. But take that and run with it. Do it with your own audience. Imagine what you could learn from your own 600 people that subscribe to you. Imagine if four of them got on a Zoom call with you every week. Imagine what you could figure out and learn from that. Probably a lot. Richard, thanks for hanging out. Monica, good point. A reminder on your calendar, yeah. You're welcome, Mary. Monica, I think Tom from MySpace like made that money and like did photography or something like that, I think. Is that Shelly? Oh my goodness. Hi. We're wrapping up here. I gotta feed my cat. We've been doing this for an hour almost. Yeah, an hour. Thanks, Mary. I mean, you're welcome, Mary. I I hope that helped a little bit. Um, Subscribe up here, whatever. Shoot me an email or whatever. DM me, whatever. Like talking about this stuff. So, so to wrap, yeah, we're gonna wrap up here. This has been an hour. Thank you everyone for hanging out. What are we up to? 43. Cool. 43. Thanks everyone for hanging. No social media escape club merch just yet, Max. Not just yet. Someday. Someday we'll get there. Thanks, Matt. Monica, thanks for hanging out. Mary, Jeffrey, you're right. Clubhouse, yeah, the idea of hanging out and just talking. It's very true. Talking to people is great. Take that idea and run with it. Start your own Zoom club things. It's super great, even if it's on the phone, whatever. Cool. Kristen, thanks so much for hanging out too. Appreciate seeing you here. Jade, I'm just going through here. Oh, Corey is here. Wonder if she's still here. Mary. Da, 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 da. Oh, we had some good feedback here. This is great. Shelly, again, thanks for hanging out, even if it was only for a minute. Kristen, you should. Oh, it's funny. The feed on my computer is now slower than on my phone. So, Mary, I'm glad you enjoyed that. Thank you. Kristen, yes, you should do this. You're welcome. Bye, Shelly. Yay. Corey, there you are. Cool. You're welcome, Jeffrey. Subscribe. I'll be doing these again or follow, whatever. I like doing these lives. So, um, yeah. Have a good one, everybody. Have a great weekend. I gotta feed my cat and go for a run up a mountain. Bye all. Take care.